New World Patch 2.0.1 brings with it the Summer Medleyfaire and some very important fixes. However, it does raise a question. Why are we on version 2 right now? I'll talk more about that in a minute. So here is the patch, it's New World Update 2.0.1, and it is coming basically tonight if you're in the west of America, tomorrow morning if you're in EU. And one of its major things that it is bringing back is the Summer Medleyfaire. This was relatively popular last year. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically it involves fishing and it involves playing music. Nothing that should be taken overly serious, but it is actually quite enjoyable. I believe this time around you can actually play music to get your standing up, so that's pretty cool. I think there's going to be like new fish, but don't quote me on that, I'm not really a fishing expert. And there is a new song, I believe, well at least there are some new songs. And you can actually earn the title Guitar Hero. Sort of a little bit on the nose, but you know, enjoyable. And then the patch is sort of a lot of fixes. Let's be real, Season 2 have brought with it quite a lot of issues, people having performance issues, lots of little bugs. It's been a little bit messy. And my theory was that what they have done is prepare for the expansion. And you know what I didn't even think to check? The version number. So this patch is 2.0.1. They've gone to New World .2. They've gone to New World version 2. Which I thought they were going to save for the expansion. I had this theory that they basically had 10 patches lined out to go 1.1, 1.2, etc. And then they somewhere, and I can't remember exactly why, added in an extra like main patch that they didn't really plan on doing. And I was like, well, maybe they're just going to go to 1.11. 0.1, etc. Well, no. They've actually gone over from 1.10 to 2 with this patch. Now, I think they were at 1.10, which is even weirder. And then they've chosen now to go into version 2. And I think that's because of the UI. And I think that probably explains some of the performance. In the back end somewhere, they've probably made some changes that we've not really been told about. And it's sort of prep for the expansion. It's a little bit weird, but okay, understandable. If they're making huge changes in the back end and we've just not seen that. Maybe that explains why people are having performance issues, etc. Anyway, let's actually have a look at the fixes that are involved. They've fixed an issue that caused players to get stuck in the quest Temple of Sands if you abandon it. They've fixed an incorrect quest task description that said go to the Temple of Shu instead of describing a crafting task. I've got to tell you, some of these I literally just don't know about. They've fixed an issue that bought progression if you died in the breather phases of the solo hatchery. Now this one I suspect is quite common because a lot of people complained to me that they simply couldn't progress this one. Maybe you died in the breather phase, which I'm guessing is sort of like the in-between phase, and maybe that was causing like a bit of problems. They've fixed the quest The Vigil's Truth. The Denier now counts to the faction quest. They've fixed an issue that blocked players from going into Shattered Mountain, or continuing into Shattered Mountain, if they immediately travelled to Brimstone Sands after completing the quest A Selfless Nature. That one just sounds really funny. I actually don't know why or what would cause that, but fair enough. They've fixed an issue that caused the structures in Castrum to appear in the incorrect position. They have fixed an issue that caused the player to enter a bad state when catching a rare fish in Morningdale. Like, why would it matter that it's specifically in Morningdale? Honestly, I really don't understand some of New World's bugs sometimes. And they've fixed an issue that caused the Disc of Aeternum, or Aeternum, encounter to break, preventing progression on the quest The Demon's Cauldron. They've updated the visible collision with arena walls in Season 2 trials. I don't know what that means because I don't know what's visible and what's not visible. It's worth noting that in the hatchery you can actually sneak in if you die. I don't think that's this, but maybe it is. They fixed an issue with an NPC that played the guitar. I haven't seen it, but I thought I saw it on Reddit. They fixed an issue with the Passion of Prism Bloom journey task that caused it to not specify the type of Prism Bloom needed to progress. I actually just haven't done these, so not even looked at them. They've removed some placeholder text. Fine. They fixed an issue that caused a mismatched name for the Buckler of the Briar Rose between the skin and the reward track. Okay, don't know about that one. Fixed an issue that caused the journey task Call of the Ancients to not properly record song completion. I thought that one was already fixed, but maybe it wasn't fully fixed. Fixed an issue that would prevent the Hadish Azar from properly using his wipe move when all players are downed while in the hatchery. Just don't die. Fixed an issue that was preventing players from being able to access the season, journey, and activities card in the UI. Yeah, a lot of people are having like issues with the season pass this time around. It's been pretty shocking, but you know, hopefully they're fixing most of it. Saying that, they fixed an issue that prevented players who did not earn the level 100 season 1 pass reward from purchasing the unearned gear set slot in the store. So wait, okay, this is actually good. So basically, if you didn't earn it in the store, you can now just go ahead and buy it. A lot of people simply got to level 100 just so they could have that. The fact that they're then going to sell it afterwards is sort of funny. I mean, it's sort of expected. There's no reason to keep it from people, especially if New World's going to make money from it, but it's sort of funny. Now, while they've said they've introduced hotkeys for gear set storage, That was already in. I'm guessing that maybe it might work now. They've changed the rarity on the shield. They are now epic when you're doing the gypsum casts, because you're only going to get the epic ones, you're not going to get legendary ones. They've fixed things that cause dodge and weave passive haste buff to persist when the player swap weapons mid-dodge. Okay, I didn't know that was happening, but sounds stupid. They fixed an issue with the detonate heart runes explosion VFX so that it remains visible in high density combat areas. Okay. They have fixed an issue that prevented players from leaving their group. Okay, I mean, it's a little bit, like, doesn't really explain exactly why, but to be fair, I think that actually happened to me, but I thought they just needed to be kicked from the raid or something. Okay, probably a good fix. They fixed an issue that caused the Azos staff to get stuck on the weapons if the player was damaged while closing a corruption portal. I literally don't do corruption portal, so that's not really affected me, but fair enough and good stuff. Fixed a typo, not interested. Fixed things that caused a white UI box. Yes, this, every time, I don't know, the menu's just been absolutely terrible lately, the UI. White boxes in the background and stuff like that. Well, pretty awful, but at least they're fixing them. Fixed an issue that caused the skip button on the summary screen presented at the end of an invasion to become non-functional. I think I've done one invasion since the patch. I don't even know if I've done one in the patch, but I'm not really doing invasion, so I haven't seen it. Hey, this one's a big one. Friendship accepted notifications for existing friends will no longer appear when entering Outpost Rush. Yeah, oh my god, I have like way too many friends, just because I'm so popular, guys, what can I say? And yeah, basically it's very, very annoying. I got a little bit excited when I saw game mode updates, but basically what they're doing is the backfilling for PvP Arena is more responsive, so that instead of like if somebody leaving, you don't have to like instantly requeue, they'll just invite somebody else within like a period of time. I'm guessing that's what that means, and it's a good change basically. There's some new store items. I don't think we've gone through these, but the Frontier Wasteland store showcases here. There's some decent outfits if you want them. I'm really not a fan of horns. I don't mind horns, but there's too many horns in New World. But the rest of them, you know, pretty okay. I actually really sort of like the one on the left here. Gives me very like Fallout vibes, which I'm guessing is sort of the intent. But yeah, like these are in the store as well. And there is an emote bundle, which I wish they would bring back some emotes, because I quite frankly missed out and I didn't realize how cool they were. But in this one, for 9k amounts of fortune, you get the pondering emote, the plotting emote, the pout emote, the eyes on you emote, cry, and the whistle emote. All very well. They're all fixes. There's not really much content here apart from obviously the Summer Medleyfaire, but that's content that we've sort of majoritively seen before. The key thing for me and the interesting thing to me is just simply that they've gone to 2.0. Like, I'm just sort of surprised by that. I'm guessing they always planned on doing it, and I'm thinking my hope, my copium, my hopium, whatever you want to call it, is because they want less issues when the expansion goes live, that they've sort of brought some of it forward and they're sort of effectively beta testing us before the expansion goes live. And if I'm honest, I'm actually okay with that. If that is the reason, if a lot of people are having performance issues and a lot of these bugs are caused because we've effectively changed things in the back end, I'm okay with that, because now is sort of a quieter time. There's not really that much going on. I think that's actually a sensible decision, as long as when we actually get the expansion, things actually work. It's a big if, I guess. Big shout out to my YouTube members, and if you want to come and support me on Twitch, there is a link in the description below. I should be streaming tonight, maybe even right now as you watch this. Hit the button in the description. Or don't, it's okay. I love you anyway. Have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.